Hey fellas, Shawn Michael, Discovery from 3 Second Rule. Just a quick brain fart, if I may, just to share with you why you should not be a one-trick pony in the pickup community. What do I mean by that? Well, it seems that whatever a guy does, whatever he's into, whatever he feels most comfortable with in his style of game, he likes to believe and preach and teach to others that that is the only way. Number one, there is many different styles of game, and it all depends on your starting point, your personality, the time available you have to practice, the environment that you'll most excel in, where you will start. But where you start in your game should not be where you finish. For instance, let's look at the different styles of game that people get stuck in. The worst place is the numbers grab game, is to run around letting girls know directly as fast as possible that you're into them and, you know, like, should it go somewhere? Yeah, and you're just getting blown out and doing numbers. And eventually, if you desensitize to that, I saw a lot of guys in Poland doing that on the streets, and that was their way of life. They were doing it 5 to 7 days a week, and hardly any of them, we went for a meal in the evening, and none of them, I ended up forking out for a lot of people, because a lot of them look shit scared about paying for a meal. That is not a way of life, guys. Yeah, that's the lowest level of game. And the problem is the volume of numbers you need to do. It means you have to justify doing it. The more you justify, the more you don't get on with the rest of your life. So that's like the low level grab direct game. Then you've got the general day game that all they do is go out in the streets or malls and they meet people. And sometimes they get same night lace, sometimes they don't. The girls don't hang around. Because again, it's so time consuming. They spend so much time doing it that they have nothing else going on in their lives. And then eventually when they do meet those girls, a lot of day gamers struggle. Well, she said this, she didn't turn up for a second date. No fucking wonder. She sees that you have nothing else going on in your life. And even then, if they go out together, she watches you. Two of the biggest factors that women are attracted to, what are they? Ability to acquire resources. Has resources always the personality trait, has the personality traits that demonstrates you will acquire resources over time. And 80% plus of women surveyed in a 10,000 women survey, David Buss, I believe, did that one, is social status. Your ability to command social attention, rather seek interest. Command attention, seek interest. And the guy, for instance, the day gamer, never gets that. He never learns to be captivating. He never learns to work on his delivery skills with a social group. So the first time she takes you out with her friends or you go out together, she sees that you're just a bit of a social wallflower. There's nothing more beyond that. And women will lose attraction for you. Then there's the guy who just goes to bars because it's so easy. You're bumping into girls in the bars and he himself never focuses on the day game. He never did that. You see how you can't just have one. And because of that, he is comfortable when he has his wings around him. He's had a few drinks and he's meeting loads of people, being fun and playful. Next day he's on suited, booted, going to work, and he meets some girl in the coffee shop, but he doesn't know how to strike a conversation because all of his language structure are all banter and natural freestyling and observational teasers. And you can't do that necessarily in a coffee shop. You can with a bit of calibration, but it can't be the only thing you have. So again, bar game, day game, you need both, but don't be a one-trick pony. Then there's the club guys, the guys who like to be around the club. Only yesterday, I saw a post by a guy who is clearly a club promoter, and he's talking about the real next level of game is VIP table game, how you meet the hottest girls. And then you look at the guy's lifestyle, and that's all he has going for him in the club. What about outside of that? Could you speak to a girl in a coffee shop or a mall? Yeah, could you move beyond that? Be careful that you don't just get attached to what you feel most comfortable with. And that's what you do most. Because your best game, your best skills to be multifaceted in life and to have great social intuition and social skills and build up your status that is hugely attractive to women is to have multiple layers of game. That you can go into any environment and game and you can adapt for those environments. And you can switch off when you've got a girl. You don't need the game. You can get your fulfillment from meeting people and still commanding attention so that your girl locks onto your arm because she's proud of her man. Yeah, but if you're a guy just focusing on one area of game and trying to tell the world that's the best way to go, or even fucking Tinder game now, yeah, you will just end up being socially delinquent, socially awkward, yeah? So just don't do it. Don't become that guy. Learn breadth, yeah, rather than just one thing that you get. And by the way, when you learn just one thing, you get so attached to it, it consumes so much of your energy. Then you're working on your pickup, and the one little area you've got works for you, but then you're not working on the second area, your social skills, or your health, or your wealth, the things that will prepare you for being a man in your later stages in life, yeah, or right now if you need it. So don't be that guy. Yeah, don't be the one-trick pony of game, and more importantly, shut the fuck up and stop trying to tell everybody else that your one style of game is the only way. There are so many areas. Yeah, I love, for instance, style. I love Styles' ability back in the day when he did it, because he was so conversational. He used so many interesting topic threads, and he was very calm with it. I love Matador's Matador Mayhem. We spent a long time together going at, learning how to create flash game and have huge impact on the room. I love Mystery, the component that when you can sit down and have a real deep connection with a woman one-on-one. I love Ross Jeffrey's styles, the speed seduction, when you're in comfort and you want to escalate fast. Yeah, and you don't want to get left behind in the friend zone because you know how to build sexual tension, and so many other areas. There are so many great people out there that you can learn from. But again, don't just get attached to one style of game that makes you ultimately just weird and fucking creepy. Don't be that guy. Pleasure sharing as always. Shawn Michael, Discovery, 3-second rule. Take care, take action.